Yo, what's good? I'm gonna wait for a few more people to get in this bitch before I get started, to be honest. Let's get some music right here.
Make your dreams come true.
Yeah, come on. Yeah. I mean, bro, like, you gotta. Let me tell you this real quick, then I'm gonna call you after I get off screen. But you gotta just, like, figure out this, like, okay, one day it's all gonna play out in your favor. You know what I mean? It's just not gonna be like, okay, cool, like, bro, like, you have no experience doing this. Like, this is your first ever like real crack at it, right? So it's just like, bro, like you don't even have like a good background, right? So it's just like, I mean, baseline, not background, but it's just like you just have to realize, like, hey, I'm a complete beginner, and it's like I'm gonna have to eat shit for so long. Do you remember when I first started? I said, bro, how long are you like willing to eat shit for before it works out? You know what I mean? And so it's just like now you're in that stage where it's like, bro, you're just eating shit. And it's just like, bro, fuck. It sucks whenever you're like, you know what I mean? The shit's not going right. You're trying to do something that you've never done before. Like, bro, trust me, I've been where you're at right now. You know what I mean? So it's just like, all you got to do is just like stay the course and be like, hey, eventually, like, if I just never give up, it will work in my favor. You know what I mean? And so it's just like, it's, it's no such thing as a shitty video that you post, bro. That's the thing. That's the thing. It's not a shit video that you post, bro. You never done this before, so everything that you're doing is practice. That's like saying, nigga, you played baseball growing up. That's like saying, if I was to go play baseball right now, I'm getting pissed that I'm not hitting 40 home runs every batting session. You know what I mean, nigga? As long as I get contact on the ball, nigga, that's a win for me. You know what I mean? As long as I go to the betting range, you know what I mean? I go in the betting cage. I still practice my craft. That's still winning. You know what I mean? Eventually down the line, like, you know what I mean? So look, tomorrow, when we hop on the call, I'm gonna show you some faceless stuff that you could do as well too, so you can kind of get like some quicker wins, and then that way you'll understand. Okay, cool. Like, if I could get this videos to get views without my face on it, now imagine if I put my own tailoring on it, and we can kind of just go from there, bro. I appreciate it. Have a great New Year. Yes, sir. You as well. What's up, fuck ass niggas? What we up to today, man? Y'all boys ready for the new year? You know what I mean? I know y'all niggas ain't gonna be on no hoes, ain't gonna be on no bitches, ain't gonna be doing shit. That's why you watching me on New Year's. Um, but yeah, we could kind of just hop into it, and then more people could join as more people could join uh as time goes on, right? Um so yeah, let's kind of just hop straight into it, fellas. Um so pretty much I'm gonna go over like how I build funnels, right? And the main two funnels that I primarily like to build are quiz and webinar funnels, right? And I'll show you guys like how, as an affiliate, not everyone's going to have the opportunity to build like quiz funnels, right? But if you are working with like on WAP, for example, right, that's like the easiest way for everyone to get an affiliate. So you could go build your own funnel, like you know what I mean, and then kind of just go from there, right? Um, and so let me do this, right? So today we're gonna break down funnels properly, right? It's not gonna be really surface level. I'm gonna show you guys um I'm gonna show you guys oh shit. I'm gonna show you guys how quiz and webinar funnels actually work, where affiliate and info products plug in, right? And give you like a repeatable mental model, right? Because there's no tactics without context. And so I just want to provide a shit ton of context behind why. Let me fucking do this shit real quick, bro. I'm sorry, shit's pissing me off. No, why did I just do that dumb shit? All right, bet. And so, yeah, bet. Um, so yeah, let's kind of just jump into it. Right. So the way that funnels are taught, in my opinion, are kind of backwards, right? Because most people learn, oh, we need to run this page. I need to use click funnels. I need to use this tool, this fucking hack, right? Instead of learning, okay, cool, like funnels are all just psychology. All marketing is really at the end of the day is psychology, right? And I have a belief that if you take people who are good at psychology, like the craziest example, like you take a bottle girl and you show her, yeah, yeah, all this shit's gonna be recorded, bro. Like everything's gonna be recorded. And let me blow you up so I can read you a little easier. Um, and so it's like you take a bottle girl who they have really good psychology because what they do is they sell like their sexiness in order to get people to buy more bottle service. Right. If you take a bottle girl and you teach her some basic marketing principles, she'll outlap half of the money to her. Right. And it's the same thing. You take like a psych major that's marketing a client, they'll do really good with marketing because they understand that behavior shapes belief and belief shapes decisions. Right. And decisions are the what makes people take the actions that we're looking for. You know what I mean? And so that's why I think everything's taught backwards. People don't really understand why people buy these products. They just know like, hey, this is the fucking thing that fucking works. Right. So we don't throw everyone down this fucking mechanism to get this shit to fucking work. Right. But they don't understand like, hey, people are buying into this belief system by based on this behavior X, Y, and Z. And so, what a funnel really is, it's a belief building machine, right? We want to move people that are completely unaware of that they have this specific problem, convince them that, like, hey, we have the solution to this specific problem, and turn them into a fucking buyer, right? So, every video, every page, every email, every correspondence that you have with your audience has only one job, and that's to advance belief until they go into the next stage of the funnel. You know what I mean? So we want to walk people down from being in the top of the funnel into the middle of the funnel to being in the bottom of the funnel. And then once they get to the bottom of the funnel restarts because it's like, okay, cool. We have, the basic mentorship for let's say 2,500, right? Then after you walk me down that funnel, now this bottom of the funnel pool that has all this belief and conviction about this mentorship, they're at the top of the funnel to walk them down into the inner circle, which is a 5K, 7K, 10K offer for our best performing students. We walk them down, we walk them down, walk them down. And then it's like, okay, cool. You want yearly support for the next 2 years? All right, give us 50 grand. You know what I mean? You showed you how to go from $2,500, we turned into a 50K a month business. Then you went to from 50K to 100K. You paid us an additional 10K. And now it's like, okay, let's take this to $1 million a month for 50,000. Those are just like examples. Right. And so the four core funnel functions, right? So every funnel has four things. They must capture attention, segment intent, build belief, and convert decisively, right? If you fuck up at any stage of this, right, you're gonna have really low conversions on your front, right? And the reason why I know this is because whenever I was running webinar funnels for my info product, we like really like tough stretch of months, right? And so all the belief that we had built trading, we were able to like capitalize anymore, you know, because no one had lost faith in it. Like everyone had lost faith in it. You know what I mean? So it's like it's really hard to sell when people don't believe you, right? X, Y, and Z. But now he's back printing just because it's like, okay, cool. People have seen the raw reality of like what it takes to actually be like a successful trader. It's not always ups, you know, sometimes it's going to be downs, right? And so now that he's back up, it's like, okay, shit, he's just like me. He's relatable. So if he can go pull these crazy numbers with his trading system, right, or with his unique mechanism, right, you know what I mean, or with his unique biz op, whatever the fuck the case may be, right? Now they have all this belief because it's like, I'm a regular nigga. You know what I mean? That's why I stream like with white beaters, like I look like a regular nigga. I don't have a crazy setup. Because at the end of the day, if I can do all this shit, so can y'all. You know what I mean? It's just like the belief system. You know what I mean? And so for me, these are two funnels that do a really good job as webinars because they believe they take the amount of time that usually takes months whenever you have like short form or long form content and they compress all that belief into a 60 to 90 minute presentation. And then quizzes because I'm able to segment a lot of people at scale and diagnose them. Right. And so that's why, like, for all of my info offers, and then if I have the ability to build my own funnels for an affiliate offer, I primarily use quiz and webinar funnels. Right. Because those are like the highest two leverage things. I can tell you like, hey, you're a sick nigga, and in order you're a sick nigga, join the 60 minute marathon. I'm gonna tell you, I don't have to be a sick nigga no more. Right? Hey, you suck at trading. Right? You fumble all your funded accounts. You overtrade. Right? You're a lone wolf. You have no friends. You have no one to talk to about the business. Right? Come sit on the webinar, and I'm gonna have a specific section on the webinar that answers this very specific question that talks very specifically to you, and we go from there. Right. And or you can have this like if you don't want to hold webinars every week or every month, you can just have a VSL funnel that's very specific to the segmentation from the quiz. Right. And so for me, I ignore everything else but these three types of funnels where we have like the quiz funnel, which is the segmentation, right? We have the webinar funnels, which is the conversion layer, and then we have like the backend funnels, which is like how we continuously monetize and increase our LTV. And everything else just feeds these three funnels, right? So if I have a VSL funnel, right, at the end of the VSL funnel, right, these applications are really just quiz funnels, right? But at the end of the day, they all just center to the Calendly, but internally you can see the backend. You know, like you know what I mean? It's just like internally, as we kind of sit this and be like, oh, this nigga ain't got no money. So on the call, we're gonna pitch him on a 997 offer. Or it was like, all right, this nigga said he has 20,000 to invest. On the call, we're gonna pitch him our 5K offer. Okay, cool. He's not looking to invest. He's not looking to do this. All right, cool. He's not qualified. Just join the community and go from there. So it's all quiz funnels, but it's just like people call them different things. But to me, in my head, how I conceptualize everything, it's all a fucking quiz funnel. You know what I mean? And like the biggest thing here is that quiz funnels are not lead magnets. Right? They segment they segment like people. You know what I mean? Like it's segmentation, right? It forces micro commitments. It labels the prospect. It frames the solution, and it pretty sells the offer. That's the only thing that a quiz funnel does, right? That's its own thing. It's not a lead magnet. It's not going to be like, hey, take this quiz and change your fucking life. No, it's going to take this quiz. I'm going to diagnose what's wrong with you. It's like going to the fucking doctor. You know what I mean? When you go to the doctor because you're sick, you know what I mean. You've been on fucking medical MD all fucking day, and you think that your fucking lung collapsed. All they do is label you. They frame the solution, and they say, "Hey, if you want help, you're going to need some fucking surgery, or you're going to fucking die." It's the same shit when you take a quiz from them. It's not as dire, right? And why they convert so well is all psychological, right? People answer like you're answering the own question. You know what I mean? Hey, what's your biggest thing going on, right? So instead of having a sales rep saying like, "Hey," in diagnosing you on the call, it's like they answer the questions about themselves, and they're also more truthful because at the end of the day, the only person that they're lying to is themselves, right? So people answer questions about themselves. The answers create identity, right? Identity drives the action, and the results feel super personalized, right? And this instantly increases trust tenfold, right? So whenever you got, I'm pretty sure everyone's gone down a quiz funnel, right? Whenever you guys go down, it's like, damn, this is like this just talking to me, right? You know what I mean? Like, damn, what's going on in my life? X, Y, and Z. You know what I mean? And then you get to the results page, and it's just like, fuck, this is true. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, you just you just fucking told me what I need to put in front of you. You answer the right questions. I weigh the questions based on the answers, and it's like you're most likely to be in this category, right? And so it's like if I was going to quiz someone for this, it'd be like, all right, you want to be, are you better off being an affiliate or you better off being like a growth offer? You answer all those fucking questions, and now if I was to have a sales call and sales team, be like, all right, cool, you're better off being an affiliate. Let's sell them on the affiliate offers. You know what I mean? Or you're better off being a growth operator. Let's sell them on the growth operating offers. And kind of just ripping and running from there. Um, and so pretty much the flow of it is like you send traffic, right? That's the biggest thing, right? And that's why I don't really talk about like the traffic part of it, because like that's like the easiest part of all of this, right? The easiest part of like all this marketing shit is getting traffic to offers. You know what I mean? After you get the traffic, the monetization and like this, and all that shit, that's the hard part. Right. So first you have the traffic, then you take them to the quiz, then you take them to the results page, and then you lock them down with email and SMS. The next step is either you send them directly to the offer or you send them to the webinar. But what the quiz decides is like, hey, if they qualify to have the offer right there and then, I'm gonna send you to a VSL page. You watch the VSL and you buy the offer right there and then. Or if I think you need a little bit more nurturing, hey, just sign up for our webinar. We're gonna talk exactly about this problem. We're gonna show you exactly how you can do this. Right. We're gonna show you like, hey, how I came up with this unique mechanism that's going to help you solve all of your problems, right? And that's because the quiz decides what they see, what they hear, and what they're sold. And without this, you just get a lot of like unsegmented things, and it's just like you're gonna try to sell everyone the same solution, but it's just like not everyone's gonna want the same thing. You know what I mean? Some people are gonna want to feel like it's tailor made to them, right? And every question has a job, right? Like you said, like the quiz is to take the role of a doctor. So we're diagnosing awareness levels, sophistication, urgency, objections, buying temperature, right? Because this is a qualification like in disguise, right? I want to know if you can take this quiz. One, you're already a warm enough lead because you're aware that you have a problem. You know what I mean? But I want to know how aware of the problem are you, and do you like how do I say this? I don't know how aware of the problem are you, and what can I sell you on based on your problems that you're having. You know what I mean? And so the results page for us, it doesn't do any, it does the selling, right? Just because, in my opinion, a good results page, it names all the problems, it explains exactly why it exists, it positions like us as the guide, right? Like, hey, I was just like you too. Like, for example, like in the trading niche, right? It's like I was just fucked up and assed out like you. I used to blow all my fucking funded accounts. You know what I mean? I had no discipline. I used to fucking overtrade too. But I made it out because I started using this really unique mechanism, right? And since I use this really unique mechanism, it's changed my life, right? And look at other fuck can I speak? Look at all the other lives that I fucking changed as well. You know what I mean? Timothy from down the street. Now he went from working with 9 to 5, and now he does this. George from fucking Blues Clues went from doing this. Now he's doing this. Veronica from Alpha Phi Gamma Pi. She used to be a sorority slut, getting slutted out and leaving. Now she does this, right? And so now, you know what I mean? Oh my God, I know what I'm doing. I work with so many people from different walks of life that it's like, oh fuck, maybe I do know what I'm talking about. And then it's like, all right, here's the next step. Register for the webinar, right? I'll go even more in depth than I did on this results page, right? Diagnose you even more, right? Provide you so much value leading up to the fucking webinar, right? Or it's like, hey, go direct to checkout. Come check out. You're ready. Take the next step. You've been putting this off and prolonging this enough that if you don't take this next step, you're never going to take the step. And you, especially when it's New Year's, it's just so we've been running it. It's like, bro, going to the new year, and you're already going to have the basis to learn a new skill to make it. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, if you don't make this decision now, you're never going to make this decision, and you're going to live the same life over and over again. You already know what 2026 is going to be like. So you live the same sad ass life the last 20 something years of your fucking life. You know what I mean? Make the change, make the decision, let's move forward. Right. And the biggest thing is you never want to dump them on a code office. So you never want to go directly from an ad directly to the offer. You never want to go directly from Instagram Reels directly to the offer. That's never going to fucking work. You need to have something like in the intermediate that warms them up for the offer. The warmer they get to like checking out, the more you're going to convert, right? And for me, quiz funnels are just front end infrastructure, right? You have to think of them like routing logic. This is how we get people to book calls with us. This is how people get to watch our VSLs. This is how we get down people down certain content tracks where it's like, hey, if you're this type of person that came down this quiz funnel, we're going to feed you all this content. This is how we get people to jump out from webinars, right? It's a very crucial part of the infrastructure because based on what you are, right? Let's say we have a webinar and we get for the traders. You get 5,000 people registered, right? Out of those 5,000 registrants, 2,500 are struggling by fumbling their accounts. The majority part of the webinar is what we scripted and written to fix. Okay, if I saw, everyone took the quiz. I was saying that a lot of you guys having trouble keeping your funded accounts. Here's how I keep my funded accounts. And the next half is worried about people overtrade. And here's how I stopped overtrading after I kind of fixed not having my funded accounts because I realized I'm fumbling my accounts because I fucking overtrade, right? And I'm not having a fucking support system. You know what I mean? So that's the last half of the quiz funnel. So now it's like I can break down and write the quiz while I'm hitting so many different blocks and segments. You know what I mean? That I have people have no worries, no reason why not to buy from us, right? And then from the call funnels, your sales team is just gonna have exactly what to go talk about, right? And this is like I said, this is what webinar funnels kind of talk about. Like I said earlier, they just replace months worth of trust building in 60 to 90 minutes, right? And they work because they teach, reframe, and they sell logically. Most people are logical buyers, right? Especially if it's one of many, they're going to buy off logic because you can't really have that emotional connection with someone whenever you're just talking to them behind the screen without putting hours and hours and hours of time behind it. You know what I mean? And it's not the format that really works, right? It's really like the function of the webinar, right? If you guys sit back and think, I'm basically running a webinar right now, but it's super informal, and I don't really sell shit. It says like, hey, I'm gonna drop the link to the Discord. Y'all niggas buy that shit if you want to. If y'all niggas don't want to buy that shit, it's y'all's fucking lives. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean? And so webinars are built to handle objections live, stack proof, control the pacing, and ethically, create urgency, right? And nothing else, in my opinion, converts better on a cold audience than a webinar, right? Because it's like, hey, if you see one of my reels or if you even see the story that I put up, right, you can join like this webinar, right? Now it's like, all right, cool. He's gonna sit here and talk about business for 60 to 90 minutes. I've been interested to see what this fucking nigga does. I don't know what the fuck he does for work. All the money he makes to and be a guest. Pretty sure this nigga's hush puppy. You know what I mean? You know, I can sit there and I can break you down and be like, no, this is how I make money. This is like this explanation from him. And it's like, all right, cool. You might go convert and buy whatever the fuck I have to sell it that is. You know what I mean? Um, and so how webinars really work, like I said, it's traffic. I don't ever talk about traffic because it's super fucking easy. You know what I mean? If you need help with traffic, there's a link in the that's pinned in the announcement section of Discord. Just go check out either the free Instagram mastery where we can get a mentorship going and go from there. Right? It's the traffic. We go to the registration page. We go to confirmation. Then we warm them up leading up to the webinar. We have the webinar. Do what we do. We drop the offer on the webinar and then we follow up. Right. Most people just half-ass build all of this, right? They wonder why, oh, my webinars don't fucking work. Bro, I took a nigga that worked 9 to 5 his entire life, and on his first ever webinar, that nigga made like $6,000. You know what I mean? And y'all be like, oh, $6,000 on a webinar is not much. 3 months later, we pulled $30,000 off of a fucking webinar with the same creator, and it was like his fourth or fifth ever webinar, right? Just because it was like, when we first started, we had a registration page, it was shit. Our confirmation page was shit. Our warm up page was shit. You know what I mean? We just had a really good webinar and a really good offer and really good follow up. But we did a really bad job explaining what's the purpose of this webinar going from there, right? And then like after like some time, paying for mentorship, talking to people who are way ahead of me, I started implementing things that kind of shot how much money we're making through the roof, right? Because even on our confirmation page, we were selling a $50 product for $5 just to get the vet. You know what I mean? Let me see what Jake Weller's saying real quick. Um, one of the webinars next earlier with, no, I got, nah, look, that nigga Jake's a killer too. I can't lie to y'all. That nigga Jake's a killer too. But let me get back to this real quick. Where did my shit go? Where we at? Oh, right here. Right. And so I was just like, webinars are actually like Jake might go hit it for like 150,000 off that webinar, just off the pure size of volume that he has, right? All he has to do is not fuck this up. You know what I mean? All you gotta do is just like, all right, cool. I have all the tools in front of me, especially since like he's an artist lab as well too. He's like, bro, just go get the people to the fucking registration page and figure out exactly what these niggas care about. Right? What's the big doctor's salary off? No, on God. Oh God, like what people like fail to realize with info, especially even with affiliate. you could go make a shit ton of money really fast, right? Like you, even Yahoo is an example of this, right? That nigga, his first ever challenge phone, that nigga hit $700,000 in a day. I'm pretty sure he takes 20%. That's $140,000 in 3 days. I don't gotta work the rest of the fucking month if I don't have to, if I don't want to. Nigga, I just hit for $120,000. And now I can sit back, I can invest into my team, I can invest into coaching, so I can turn it back around and go run another challenge for him. Because all he does is mark the challenge for him, one client, turn him up, one challenge for him. That's all you need. Like I said yesterday, you don't need hella clients to make a lot of money. You gotta know what you're doing, know how to go squeeze the money out of everything, right? And so back to like the registration pages. This isn't a sales page. The only job is to get the right people to show up. This is why I'm telling you the problem, the outcome, and the transformation that we're going to take you through on this webinar. For example, like I said at the beginning, the problem a lot of people have is that they don't know how to fucking run funnels correctly, right? The outcome that we're going to have after this, I'm going to show you the two best funnels that I like to run. And the transformation is that you guys don't even know how to fucking run funnels. That's it. It's no option. That's the only thing. And I don't even have to bring tricky because I just throw the fucking links up. You know what I mean? Says y'all niggas come fucking join. But that's just like that's the same concept if I was to like make this like actual webinars and make this like a mass market offer, right? In high level, every confirming webinar does five things, right? Establishes authority, defines the problem, and introduces like a new unique mechanism. We prove that it works from case studies, testimonials, and my own social proof, and then we present the offer logically, right? If we miss one, we're gonna have a super low close rate. Right. And the reason why is because fucking by establishing authority or people don't truly believe that I'm a subject matter expert as a presenter, right? They won't close. Right. If we don't define the real problem where it's like, hey, you're leaking in your webinar, you're leaking in your like your sales funnel, you're leaking at this part of your business, you're not correctly optimizing this, right? People are gonna be like, I don't really have a problem, it's not really an issue for me. They won't close. Right. If you don't have a new unique mechanism, something that is like, oh, this is his strategic advantage, you know what I mean? People won't fucking close it. You know what I mean? If you can't prove that it works, where it's like, hey, I have case studies, I have testimonials, I have my own fucking track record that I can go sell on, you're not going to fucking close. And if you just suck at presenting the offer, where the offer doesn't really make sense logically, where it's like, okay, I'm going to give this guy 4 to 5 figures, you know what I mean? And I don't really know what I'm going to get in return. It's just not going to work as well, right? But all the money, right, is made in the follow up. Like, for example, for us, our biggest webinar weekend, right? One, I was talking about my favorite webinar. I'll tell that story like later. But we made a shit ton. I think on the call, on the webinar, we made like $12,000, right? We only had, I think it's like we had 50 people at pitch. We made $12,000 on a $1,500 offer, which is still great. But we made all the rest of the money we made that weekend on follow ups. We push, yeah, it's directed. All my webinars, I say under $3,000 on the webinar is an impulse decision, right? So us all direct to checkout, right? Because we're impulsively giving you the buy. After 3K, that's when you gotta have like a sales call and kind of go from there, right? But if you don't want to have a sales call and you want to sell something more than 3K, you have to have a 3 day challenge series, right? Where you take them through a specific transformation in 3 days. But yeah, I didn't start going direct to stop going direct to checkout until like fucking August, bro. Like that's when I finally sat down and built like sales pages. Um, but like the funnel continues through like email, SMS, retargeting, and replays, right? I remember what we did is that we were pushing very hard on his Twitter account, right? Pushing very hard. Like, hey, watch the replay, watch the replay, watch the replay. We're giving shit away in the replay. Not knowing that to give like yeah, let's not go into. I don't know if it's like I could say that, right? But anyways, without following up, it's like an incomplete funnel, right? Because it's just like yeah, think about it. If we go get 5,000 people to sign up for a webinar, 2,000 join, that's 3,000 people who are never going to see this. So why would we just not go show them the replay, get them to watch the replay, and go from there? You know what I mean? Let me see what you said. Uh, 3K is a very between needing and not needing a self-esteem close in general from your experience. Yeah, $3,000 is the buffer that you need, right? Below 3K is an impulse decision, right? You know what I mean? It's really an impulse decision. It's up to the person who's presenting not to fuck up the presentation to get you to buy. After you get past 3K, you need a sales decision because now it's more so of a logical thing. Do you recommend give away the info, sell implementation approach for a done with you coaching offer? Uh, I'll talk about that. Let me get through this. Let me get through this presentation, and I'll go through that. But it just depends on who you are. You know what I mean? And it depends on if you're working with like smart creators or not. Because if someone gave me all the information and they were like, "I'll sell you on the implementation," nigga, I don't need that. I don't need that shit. I'll just go do it my fucking self. You know what I mean? So yeah. Let me finish through this real quick. Okay, we got like 15 more slides. Um, but yeah, so how the webinar and quiz funnel works, right? It's the best funnel in my opinion, right? Because we send traffic, we take them through a quiz, we get to segment them, we get them through personalized messaging, right? We have the webinar to convert them into buyers, and then we have a back end system to monetize everything, right? So this was renews all the guessing that it's going to take generic messaging and low quality leads. Just because after I segment you, I know exactly what you're looking for in order to buy. How would you recommend starting affiliate marketing if you have closing experience? I wouldn't start affiliate marketing if you have closing experience. I'll just go do like it depends, bro. Are you closing B2B tech companies? Are you closing high ticket sales? Like what are you closing? You know what I mean? That's what it depends on. Right. And so where affiliate info fits in with all this funnel, it's the same funnel, but it's different payout. With affiliate, all you do is send traffic into a funnel. Um, DM me on Discord, and then we'll go from there. But really, you really just gotta either pay for a mentor to learn growth operating because you already understand the sales aspect of it, right? So now, if you want to go make money and transition into either affiliate or growth operating, look at what's leaking with the leads that you're getting right now. How could you go generate better leads with the same amount of traffic? That's how you go in transition. Right. Well, if you're selling info products, right, you own the offer at the end, right? The funnel skill is identical, ownership changes upside, right? But not all affiliates are the same, right? There's two types of affiliates. There's affiliates only that send traffic and affiliates who own the funnel, right? And only one of them wins long term, right? And so if you only send traffic, right, you send clicks, you hope the offer converts, you get paid per sell, but you have no control, no data, no audience. You're very easily replaced because all you do is just rent out leverage, right? And so what I like to do, right, especially since like on WAP, I could go build a funnel, right? Capture all the leads, I control all the messaging, and I can decide when and how the offers are being shown. You know what I mean? Because especially if I'm just running webinars going direct to checkout, right? I can go take these guys, right? Do a quiz funnel. I get their email, I get their name, I get their number, right? I put them through my email list. You know, I put them in my newsletter. You know what I mean? And then after I do all that, I say like, hey, if you're interested in learning more about this business opportunity, go directly to this checkout, right? And so now the product owner, all he sees is fulfillment, closes, and pays me my commission. That changes everything because now I have leverage. Now every day, they say I run a webinar until a WAP offer, and I have people that have gone through my quiz fund. A lot of people who've gone through my email list they're showing on this webinar. And I say, hey, go buy this offer. And it's a WAP fucking offer. Now all he sees, hey, this motherfucker, rich off SEO on WAP, just sent me $8,000 in new revenue today. You know what I mean? At 30%, I just made $2,500. And it's like, all right, cool. It's 90 minutes of my time. Who the fuck cares? I got the rest of my day to go run 4 or 5 more other webinars and make $10,000 in a fucking day. Right? Now he's gonna reach out to me. He's like, hey, what the fuck are you doing? How are you just generating all these fucking leads at this high ticket price that I can't even fucking do myself? You know what I mean? So it's just leverage, right? And so that's the shift where you build out the funnel, we're just no longer an affiliate, right? You're a distribution partner, you're a conversion specialist, and you're just like basically a growth operator. All that changes is the title, right? But the function changes immediately, right? And so this is how I operate, where like the WAP offers that I like to run, right? It's just quiz or lead magnet, email, SMS, webinar or VSL, and then it's the affiliate offer, right? And the key difference is that the offer doesn't fucking matter. You know what I mean? Because these niggas aren't buying my like face. You're not buying my expertise, right? You're just buying the offer. So if this offer is working right now, I'm getting shit ton of conversions. I'm gonna keep running it. As soon as this offer dies down, or it's a lot of complaints, it's a lot of this, a lot of this, oh God, I'm swapping the offer out. So who the fuck? Because no one cares that it's not my offer specifically. You know what I mean? All I care about is are they gonna get the results that are being promised on the webinar through all this messaging, through all of this. You know what I mean? And so this why this matters is because you're able to decouple your income from one offer, right? Whenever you're a growth operator and you have clients, all your incomes are coming from a certain pool of offers, right? So if the offer dies, your commission drops, the program shuts down, right? You might lose your audience, your funnel, and your system, right? But if you don't, if you own the funnel, right, and you have just various different offers, you can just swap an offer. Who cares? Your audience doesn't care about that specific offer. You know what I mean? Because it's not your personal brand that you're kind of banking on, right? And so, from the product owner's point of view, right, an affiliate who owns a funnel, they have lower cost per acquisition, they have improved conversion, they have warm buyers, and they reduce churn, right? We're no longer just sending traffic, right? Hey, we're a revenue infrastructure. We're sending you revenue. You know what I mean? We're sending you revenue, but we own everything. You know what I mean? All you just get is some money. You know what I mean? That's all you get is the money. We own the leads. So after they went through your program, the motherfuckers who ain't working your program, like, God, I got another program for you. Pop. You know what I mean? And so this is how like affiliates become operators. It's like a national promotion path, right? You build funnels, the funnel outperforms, the owner gives more control, revenue shares increases, and then that's when you turn into an operator, right? That's how you get like from an affiliate to like a real partnership, and you have real equity in the company. You know what I mean? And so if we're parts of the same funnel, right, you just flip the ownership. You know what I mean? And that's the only difference. You just own the offer at the end. And so here's why you guys should start with funnels if you guys are doing affiliate. It's the smartest path, right? Because funnels let you learn conversions without having to fill. You get to test different markets. You can build an audience. You can generate cash flow, right? And then at the end, you can decide: do I want to stay an affiliate? Do I want to become an operator? Do I want to launch my own offer? You know what I mean? And so here's why I run the funnels. You know what I mean? Um, I get the pre-sale segment, traffics, and high quality buyers. And for my own level offers, it's just like personalized messaging, increase show praise, and I raise the close rates. It's the same system. It's just different ways. It's just different ways how we monetize it. You know what I mean? So yeah, the software doesn't matter. All that matters is like you understand the reasoning behind why you're sending people to this very specific funnel, right? Why am I sending people to a quiz funnel that leads to a webinar? You know what I mean? So you need to think about flow, what beliefs am I trying to instill into these people, and what's like the conversion logic, right? And common mistakes is that people have too many different offers. So you might have a low ticket product here, followed by this here, right? Followed by this here, this here, this here, this here, right? And you're sending emails trying to sell these products, right? You're not providing enough value. People aren't segmented clearly. You're selling way too early into the sales funnel. You have no follow up. You have no back end, right? And oftentimes funnels fail from not being patient. You know what I mean? Not because they're super complex. You can have the world's most complex funnel, but if you understand how people buy and why they buy, and you can segment them based on like, hey, if this patient's an anxious buyer, let's take our time. You know what I mean? Let's ease and massage our way into it. But if this person's an impulsive buyer, and I can tell he's impulsive based on the way that he answers these fucking questions, on God, let's throw the offer at him. And then let's pressure him into buying because on God, he's going to succumb to his impulses. You know what I mean? And so, most important truth for me is that funnels are the asset, right? So if you own the funnel, the list, the logic, you actually control the outcomes. You know what I mean? So that's always my goal with everything I do. And so yeah, that's pretty much it. Just open it up to Q&A, and then kind of just go from there. So yeah, y'all boys just go and ask me questions, and we just go from there. Man, y'all boys ask me questions, bro. Yeah, 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 yeah. What was the quiz funnel? Um, is it just a type form? Yeah, it's pretty much just a type form, bro. Like it's a type form. You can do it in Go as a Go high level form. Right? It's damn near some of the applications people run. It's just anywhere where we can answer questions and branch logic too. No, yeah, but yeah, do you have any other questions, bro? How do you decide what to make a meeting minute? You have to understand your fucking audience, bro. If you don't understand if you don't understand your audience, then it's going to be super hard to know what to make as a lead magnet, right? So, what's a DM that you get super like, yeah, hella often, right? Let's say if you're a like a trading, of course, I work with a lot of traders. One thing is like, what prop firm should we use, right? So you can make a lead magnet that says here are the best prop firms, here are the pros and cons for each, right? That's a lead magnet. Then after that, it's like, oh, have you chose the best prop firm? Here's the prop firm that I use, right? Would you like to learn how to set up like the copy trader? Okay, cool. That's a lead, right? You just have to understand what it is. But then it's just like, let me see if I can pull it up real quick. Your resource. I'm gonna pull up for you, Valentine. I have a chat GPT micro man, and I'm gonna drop it in here. Once I figure out how the fuck I can do that. But your resource course for people starting off in affiliate marketing theme pages. Um, I have a $1,400 mentorship that I'll show you guys exactly how to go use theme pages to run WAP affiliates. And then from there, how to go sell your own offer to on WAP. But if you guys don't want to go through that, um, there is a free guide in the Discord. I'm gonna go get the Discord share link real quick. There's a free guide on the Discord that teaches organic, right? And then from there, you just have to uh, figure everything out yourself. You know what I mean? My audience needs a mental shift in how they view their work. They're thinking, oh, mental models that don't lead to success. Like what questions, like the questions they ask shows they don't understand, and that's on you as the uh. Let me go throw that in there. And pin this. And that's on you as the offer owner for doing a poor job of framing and like preparing them for the mental shift. Right? It's super easy to show people like, hey, if you want to change your circumstances, if you want to change your life, you want to change your career, you need to go do these very specific steps. Right? Because at the end of the day, you know what staying and doing the exact same thing is going to fucking lead to. You know what I mean? And so I think you just need to do a better job at like explaining it is like the mental shift and the transformation that these people are going to go through, right? Yeah, exactly. Like Jake said, like the comments and FAQs are the biggest resources you can use for marketing, sales, and really anything, right? Um, yeah, like uh, he's a killer, bro. But he knows what he's talking about, bro. We do have to play on their emotions and understand like their current and like the shit that they're gonna take, right? So, example, like, what's your audience, right? What like who are you selling into? And it's like I can kind of give you a couple examples on like what you need to do in order to like get them to understand, right? Because the thing is like they don't understand the shit that you do the work is because they don't understand what the fuck like you do for real. You know what I mean? So I was like, how you wanna like help me? And I was like, I don't know what the fuck you do. You know what I mean? So how am I gonna get help? And he's like, I don't know what the fuck you do for real. Shit. Yeah. Female entrepreneurs from 20 to 25. Okay. So what's the transformation that you want to take them through? Right? What's the transformation? Do you want to show them like here's how you balance a family and being a high level like entrepreneur? Do you want to learn how to have better relationships, romantic relationships, and still be an entrepreneur? Do you want to man like what's the transformation? You know what I mean? Like literally, what's the transformation? You let me know the transformation, brother. You let me know. Like it's a transformation. Like, let me know the transformation, bro. Like, without that, bro, I can't really help you. How to monetize their current content creation. They're burning out mass posting honestly. How the sales part work. Okay, cool. Easiest transformation to take is how to monetize your audience, right? And so it's just like, are you showing them how to monetize for your UGC, or is just like, here's how you could go get $10 per follower, right? That's the transformation, right? Go from burnt out girl boss to high level entrepreneur using your content, right? You monetize from this, and that, right? I think you just got to do a better job of explaining it is what you do, you know what I mean? And then doing a better job segmenting it. Because you're probably talking to people who are not aware of what it is that the fuck you do, how it is that you fucking work, how the fuck do you monetize, and you're talking to them like they do and like they just automatically supposed to know this. Right. And I feel like that's where that disconnect comes from, right? Because it's like you're not doing a great enough job explaining everything. If you do a better job explaining everything, you'll do a way better job like converting the shit and going from there. But yeah, y'all ask me some more questions. For sure. Yeah, ask me some more questions. I'm gonna hop off for the day. But yeah, I guess that I'm gonna get jumping off point. Appreciate y'all. I'll be back live again tomorrow at 3:30. Hey, newsman, DM me on Discord. Yeah, yeah, DM me on Discord. I'll be back again tomorrow live at the same time. And we'll go over like a different topic. And then we'll just run it from there. But yeah, y'all boys have a happy New Year's. Y'all be safe today. You know what I mean? Y'all be safe. Don't go out, fuck around, do some dumb shit. Y'all be safe, make good decisions. You know what I mean? Make it back another 365 with your health in check. But yeah, I'm out.